Hey guys, Michael from God With Your Glass, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can put Windows Phone 8 on your Android device. Okay guys, so the first thing that I want to start off with is letting you guys know that your device does not have to be rooted for this to work. Obviously all it's basically doing is using a custom launcher, much like that of Action Launcher Pro or Nova Launcher. It's pretty similar in terms of the way that it works and the way that it functions. Now, so the device itself, I'm running it on a Galaxy S3, and I've had no problems, no slowdowns or anything, no errors or anything popping up. So it is a very stable launcher to be using. Obviously I'll show you which launcher it is later on in this video. So to start off with, then you're going to have the standard Windows 8 lock screen with the time of the day and also the battery widget, the time, and also a Wi-Fi widget just at the top here as well. And then once you slide up, you're going to be greeted with the normal Windows interface. And obviously you are going to have things like your live tiles, and obviously you're going to be having the different colours, different backgrounds and everything. And obviously everything moves around exactly as you would expect it to with Windows Phone. Now obviously sliding across to the left, you're then going to be presented with your actual applications. And also you've got them all here in alphabetical order, or you can search for a specific app like Angry Birds for instance, and it's going to search that specific app. So again, really easy to find the apps that you want. Obviously they are in one big list, which obviously isn't really too much different in terms of what you would normally find on your Android device, but obviously the fact they're in just one list like this instead of on a grid format is you've got a lot of apps, you have to scroll through them, and it can sometimes take a while to necessarily find the app that you want to be using. Apart from that, the actual home screen itself acts and looks exactly like Windows Phone. Obviously it's more of a skin than an actual change of the device itself. So for instance, if you click on the phone icon just at the top here, it's going to take you into your usual standard launcher screen. So obviously in my case it is TouchWiz, so obviously the actual phone and everything like that is going to be looking exactly the same. So again, it is more of a skin than actually changing up the device completely. Now the good thing about this though is you can actually choose which application you want to be using for a specific tile. So for instance, if I click on the email one just here, it's going to take me straight into Gmail straight away. Now if I wanted to then go back onto my home screen, and then if I hold down on the email icon, obviously you're going to see that these guys all here move around, which enables me to move things. But if you look on this particular email icon, you're going to see here that that button there will expand it, so it will make the icon bigger. That one will unpin it from the actual home screen itself. Then you've got a little pencil here which is the edit options. Now if I click onto that, it's going to take me into the editing options for this specific icon. So again, really simple, really easy to use. Obviously you can select here what icon you want to be using. Again, if you just click on there, there are many icons to choose from that come with the actual theme itself. So you've got here all these different icons that you can choose from. And obviously you've got the icon position, so obviously you can see where on the actual screen you want the actual icon to be. If we just change this now here, you'll see that it's going to be filling up more depending on if I change the size of the tile. It's going to kind of stretch it to fit basically. And obviously speaking of tiles, if you go on select tile size, you can then also select how big you want the tile to be. Obviously you can have 1 by 1, 3 by 3. 3 by 3 is just the normal standard really for Windows Phone. Like I say, it doesn't really have a massive impact how big you have the tiles. Obviously the bigger the tile, the more of the screen it's going to take up. Now what you then get onto is bind application. Now what this allows you to do is if you click on there, it actually allows you to pick the application you want that shortcut to link you to. Now like I say, mine in particular, I've got a linking me to my Gmail account, but if you wanted to, obviously with the Galaxy S3 and TouchWiz, it has its own email client, so I can, if I want to, click on there and that's what it will go to when it launches the application. And then obviously you've got standard things like the background color and also the notification of the tile. Again, if you click on here, show missed phone count or show unread messages. So that's mainly for your phone and your text messages. Obviously Windows 8 doesn't really have much of a notification center, but again, that's the good thing about using a launcher. You can obviously just use it as you like. Now another great thing is the actual settings themselves, which you can get to in a couple of different ways. Obviously, like I mentioned, a swipe across to the left brings you to your app drawer. A swipe across to the right kind of dulls out the background and brings you up this menu down the bottom, and here you've got edit, add theme, wallpapers, settings and more. Now you can also get to that on the Galaxy S3 by pressing the settings kind of sensitive touch key down the bottom here. And I'm just going to run through these 6 options for you now, just to give you an overview of what each one of them does. First, we're going to go into Edit, which basically just allows you to move around the home screen, move around where you want things. So again, it's going to kind of like move things. You can just click on the actual application that you want to edit. And again, really simple to kind of get to those options that I mentioned before in terms of saying what it wants to do, unpinning it, making it bigger, changing the size, etc. If we then go to Add, what that's going to allow you to do is add a widget, an app, shortcuts, or a brand new folder. And obviously within the folder you can have applications and things like that. Now if I click on Add Apps, what's then going to take me to is going to take me to my app drawer. Now I want to have the BBC Weather application on my home screen. So if I just tap on that now, it is then going to add it down here as a tile. And again, it looks very much like Windows Phone does. Obviously, certain Windows Phone applications on the actual Windows Phone devices will have a specific tile, whereas in this case, obviously, it's just going to have the weather icon like it is now. But again, like I mentioned, the great thing about this is if I tap and hold on this icon, and then go into the edit options, I can then select a picture that I want to be using for that specific icon pack. Now if I have a quick look through these icons now, I'm just going to see if there is a weather one, which I'm hoping there would be, which would be really great, because then we can just use that one instead of it saying BBC Weather. But obviously it's a bit hit and miss with the icons that you can or can't find. And in this instance, there is a weather icon. So if I just click on that icon now, and then click on the tick, the BBC Weather icon is now going to be gone, and it's going to be replaced here with a weather icon that is stock for Windows Phone. So again, really nice, really simple interface, and like I say, I'm really enjoying kind of having a look around the device itself and kind of setting it up how I want to. Obviously there's a lot of customization that can be had here, and again, it's really fun to just play around. So if I just slide across again, you're then going to come to the theme section, which is probably my favourite part of the actual device itself. So as you've got the theme here, if you swipe across, you've got the lock screen, swipe across again, and then you've got the app list. So if we go back here to the main theme, obviously you're going to be able to choose the tile color and also the background color, the main 2 things you're going to be editing in this section. So if we go to tile theme color, I think I'm going to be choosing orange this time round, and also the background color, I'm going to change that to white. You can also have black or a system wallpaper. I usually just have white or black, just kind of keep it as minimalistic as you can and much more like the Windows theme itself. So if I now click on white, you'll see that the whole device changes, and as it's all white, if I go back to my home screen now, you'll see that it's changed orange and the background is now changed white. So again, really easy to do this, really simple. So again, if we go back into these theme options, you can then choose as well if you want to show text on tiles that are 1 by 1 in terms of size. So you've got here the map, which is just a 1 by 1 square, and I've got the text showing on that icon at the moment. Now if I go back into the theme options and turn this option off with a real nice kind of toggle over here, go back to my home screen, obviously every 1 by 1 tile now doesn't have the name under it, which again is a lot more like Windows Phone 8. So again, you can really customize this as you like, really. Obviously you can save and load a theme, so obviously you can save different setups that you want. So if you set up a certain home page, you can save it and then come back to it at a later point. Obviously you've got here the status bar as well. And again, you can choose what you want. You can either have the system status bar, which in my case would be TouchWiz, Windows 8, or you can hide the status bar altogether. And again, you can turn on or off these options here. So obviously if you want to see the percentage of power, then it's going to put that just at the top. Obviously if you want to display all the interface, it's going to give you all the information at the top and also my notifications. And it's going to then take you into your notifications themselves. So again, really nice, really simple to use. Now if we then go back into the themes again and go over to your lock screen, you can then choose which lock screen that you want to lose. So here we've got Launcher 8 lock screen. You can turn that on or off if you want to kind of stick with your stock lock screen. You can show or hide the status bar. There's a 3-second don't lock, which means basically when you kind of turn your phone off at the button here on the side and then you turn it back on, if you do it within 3 seconds it won't lock the device. And obviously you can choose again your lock screen wallpaper and obviously the font color, lock sound if you want there to be a sound for when you unlock it, and you can also add a password as well. And obviously the style of the lock screen, it's got all the different options in here that you would normally find on Windows Phone 8, and I just have here style 4 because this has the time quite big and in the center, and I prefer that one to any of the other ones. So again, really nice, really easy to use. If you then head over into the app list, again you'll be able to change the style of how you see the application. So again, if we go into here, you can choose these different styles here. So you've got style 1, which is just a big list. Style 2, which has 3 rows, and Style 3, which has 4 rows of applications. So again, like I mentioned earlier on in this video, instead of scrolling through your icons, if you have it set to 4, then you're going to be able to see things a lot easier and see a lot more. Obviously you can do follow the theme color, so obviously if you want the actual background of the app drawer to be a different color, you can do that. And again, you can change different things like the font color and things like that. And also app filters, you can select or hide different applications as well. Obviously I am using a custom version of Android 4.2.2. Obviously it's not going to affect how you use it. If you're running 4.2.1, it will still work fine. But for instance, with mine, it is actually a Jewish version of the Samsung Galaxy S4 software that I've put onto my Galaxy S3. So there are some Jewish applications that come with it, which I've just highlighted here to put a tick in, so it hides those from my app drawer. So again, really easy to do that as well. Now, so what we're going to be going on to next is just obviously wallpaper options, which is quite self-explanatory. You can choose the wallpaper, your lock screen wallpaper, or you can have a live wallpaper if you've got a certain application that works with that. So again, I've got these live wallpapers that I can choose to use if I want to. I myself, though, just stick with the normal wallpaper just because I like it and it's very minimal. In terms of settings, that will just take you to your normal phone settings. So again, in my case, TouchWiz. And then last but not least, we've got more, which just basically checking for updates. You can leave feedback, find out more about the actual publisher themselves. And obviously you can exit, which will take you back to your normal launcher. So again, like I say, a really, really nice launcher here. I really do like it quite a lot. Obviously my favorite launcher lately has been Nova Launcher. But to be honest, with all the customization options, the live wallpapers, the live tiles and everything like that, I really do like this. And obviously I've never really used Windows Phone 8 as my daily driver, but I've been using this for a couple of days now and I can't really see many problems with it, and it works just as it should. Now obviously, as always, if you don't want to use this launcher, you want to go back to your normal launcher, so you can just click here. If you want to kind of set it as always, you can click on it and click always, or if I want to go back to my Nova launcher, then obviously I can do, and it'll take me straight back to my Nova launcher and everything will be exactly as I found it. So that's the great thing that I love about an Android device. You can change up the device whenever you want. So if I go into one of my folders here and then I want to click the home button, I can then choose, okay, I want to go back to how my Windows Phone launcher looks, or if I want to go back to Action Launcher Pro, then again I can choose to do that, and it's going to load everything just as I've had it before with previous launchers. So again, really nice, really simple, really easy to use. But like I said, I'm going to use Windows 8 Launcher for just a bit longer, just to kind of see how it goes and see if I come across any issues. In terms of the actual launcher itself, the one that I am particularly using is going to be, let's just have a quick look, bear with me 1 second. I'm pretty sure it's called Launcher 8, which is here. If you type in Launcher 8 into the Google Play Store, it's the first one that comes up. It is completely free of charge. And again, gives you a quick overview and kind of gives you a brief kind of video, well not video, some brief pictures here of what you can and cannot do with the application. So like I say, this is Launcher 8 for Android. Like I say, I would definitely give it a go. I've found no problems with it, and it's a really nice launcher in my opinion. I'm Mark from Copperby Glass, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.